Hi everyone, it's Jill from Jilly Bean Studio. I hope you're well, and if you have some time today, I'd love if you journal with me. I'm playing around with the accordion method of journaling using long strips of paper and a tab collage method. And today's session is really about prompts 1 through 3 in Junk Journal January. Meg at Meg Journals has a whole prompt list and an amazing collaboration with fantastic creators, so I would highly recommend you check her out. So for new beginnings, I decided in this journal, I'm going to start drawing more. And I've done this scribbled face for the first day, January 1st. I'm going to actually show you this method in today's session. I've also decided to just add accordion pages as I go. For this particular journal, which I have in my last video, if you care to see how I started making it, I used a tab method and a collage method. So I thought I'm just gonna literally go with the flow and keep adding to this. And then the next prompt for Junk Journal January is little moments. I use the layering and collage method. I believe it was Miss Paper Lover in the collage, or in the collaborative rather, who showed a layering technique and also some vellum there. So I added that to my page on the right. For today's session, I thought I would use on day 3, prompt 3, which is torn pages, doing a scribbled face and show you how to do one if you care to. This is something that when I was younger was what I call kitchen table art. My dad would sit at the kitchen table and if we had scraps would say scribble something and make something out of it. So I kind of feel that vibe when I'm doing this. And today the simple supplies are any piece of paper that you have, any scrap paper, a pencil if you want to have an eraser. I just showed that a moment earlier. I have, I don't know what you call those eraser, maybe like a gum eraser. You don't really need one, but if you want to have that on hand. And I'm using a mechanical pencil today. And what I'm going to do is show you the steps of a scribbled face. The idea is to make an egg shape, and I'm using pencil only. I've seen others use pen and marker, and I don't know, maybe I'm just not not that brave. And then for the nose shape, I'm going to use what I call a trunk. It's almost more like a tree trunk shape versus like an elephant's trunk. And then for the lids, I'm going to make sure I do add an eyelid, of course, an eyeball, and then some quick sort of flick motions for the lashes. So I just sort of want to show you the elements, what I was thinking through when I made the first one. So if you feel like giving this a try, I hope you do. And then, and I know this is very light, so I hope you can see it on the camera. I did stick to pencil. The next thing is the mouth, and the only tip that I have seen with the mouth is make a dot in the middle first under the nose, you know, the distance that you think the mouth is. And oh yeah, tree trunk, not elephant trunk, going back to that. And then work from the inside out. And then finally, lay back on your pencil, don't hold it tight, and scribble up the hair. Remember, this is all in pencil. It's abstract. It does not have to be
realistic,
and I hope you give it a try. So loose, yeah, loose, and a tip is farther back on the pencil. Don't hold it tight. So here we go. Let's be brave. Let's give this a try. And one of my New Year's goals, and I guess always my journaling goals, is to try. Play with materials in my junk journals or whatever journals I have. So I hope you try too. All right, so I put the egg shape lightly in half, a little sketch, and now I'm doing that tree trunk sort of shape in the middle. It's almost a rectangular nose. And I guess the idea is that it helps you form the eyebrows pretty easily if you keep them in a continuous line like that. Now, the only thing I fussed about at all with this sort of scribbling practice and technique are later a little bit of refinement, I want to try to say, with the eyes. In the beginning, I just sketched and gave it my best try, and then here we go from the middle of the mouth. Later, I went in and refined a few of the features. Not much though. I feel actually the longer you do this, it could not benefit your scribbled face. Here's my tip: 5 minutes. Really do these in about 5 minutes. They're in pencil. If you go a little wild there, you have an eraser. I think that's called a kneaded eraser. And be free while you do this. Don't overthink it. There are the ears a little bit lower than the eyes. Yeah. A neck, I have heard the tip that often when you start making faces, if you haven't done it very much, the necks can be too skinny. So I tried to follow the end of the eye and make a long neck. And now I'm showing you, I'm going even farther back on the pencil. Let's have at it. Let's scribble in the hair. This is very freeing and a whole lot of fun. Yeah. I think the pressure on the pencil for me started out very light, and then another part of this tip and technique I think is to go back in with a couple of bold strokes. Here we go. There they are. A little bit darker. Yeah. And then a few that frame the face a little bit more. All right, and I'm flicking the eyelashes a little and just going back over it, slightly shading and shadowing. Again, very loose. It's also a wonderful surprise who shows up on your page. You never really know the face you're going to make in this technique. And then finally, you can refine the eyes with a little bit of white gel pen, so there's a little bit of brightness in there. And yeah, that is the main idea. I'm going to stamp that with a date stamp. And this is going to become prompt 3 for me because I'm going to do some teared edges when I put it in the journal. There it is. So again, 5 minutes, draw loosely, have fun with it. It's an abstract pencil face, and I hope you give it a try. I certainly had a lot of fun in this journal session with it. And one of my New Year's goals is to draw more in my journals and continue to try a whole bunch of techniques that I might not normally try. All right, so there she is, Scribble Face, Scribble Gal number 2. And I am tearing her in a smaller frame, I guess you'd say, on this piece of scrap paper, because the prompt for Junk Journal January, prompt 3, is torn edges. And then I saw Rachel, who's one of the collaborators at Roxy Creations, do a fantastic session on mark making. This I did not do. This is one of my kiddos' drawings from a long time ago, and I simply ran a print in my printer, and I love that. This is one of the early days, one of the just splashes of paints from one of my little ones, and it's so fun to have a copy of it in my journal. And I don't want to leave this scribbled face gal alone, lonely on her page. And to make the spread a little more cohesive and work together, I'm putting a little bit of a ripped torn edge on her page as well. All right, and I already put in that background. I think that for now is going to be it for prompt number 3. So I'm really happy about these prompts. I do enjoy prompts. I don't know if you're a person who does. I think that they help me grow as a journaler and in my art. So again, I highly recommend Meg Journals and all the collaborators. I think I watched almost all the videos for the first, I don't know what they call it, the opening days or whatever, and everyone had something fantastic and inspirational to share. All right, a little journaling on the back. I'm a person who always wants to write in my journal and document as well as draw. So here we go. Scribbled faces, new beginnings, little moments, torn pages, and yeah, check out that wonderful collaboration. I've been really inspired, and I hope these ideas helped you too. Thank you so much for watching.